Aces of the Week, Part 2. Now we're going to look at the heavy beasts up at Tier 9 and Tier 10. Boy, there is unbelievably fantastic gameplay out there, guys. These are must-watch. You cannot miss these replays. So without further ado, let's get to Part 2 of Aces of the Week Gallery. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to part 2 of It's Raining Aces, week 2, December 2018. Boy, have we got some absolutely amazing gameplay for you in this part. And they're all tier 9 and tier 10s. So first off, we've got my very good friend Jonty, 2014 of the EMRS clan, rolling out in the German tier 9 heavy, the Mauschen, on the EU server. Now, I don't have the Mauschen in my garage, unfortunately. I'm still grinding my way to it. But I have the mouse, and I have the VK10001B. And I really like the look of this tank. And after watching this replay, boy, do I want this tank. Now, I've read the bump on it, and look at this. I mean, 469 into the side of that poor SU-12254. I mean, as I was saying, I've read the bump on this tank, and it's got mouse armor to an extent. I mean, look at the hit points here, 2,120. It's got a decent gun. I mean, he's done just shy of 1,000 in 2 shots. And okay, looks like it's got a bit of a better turn of speed than the tier 10 mouse. And I like the mouse. I mean, the mouse is my favorite tier 10 tank. It's an amazing tank. And therefore, I like the look of this tank. And the way that Jonty 2014 handles it, as you've seen so far, I mean, he's already put in a massive roll into the SU-122, and now he's wasted the grilly. So he's doing really well. He's bounced 420, he's lost a lot of hit points, but he's dished out 1,162 damage. And now he's chasing down, as well as you can chase down in a Mauschen, the SU-122. And goodbye. What a great roll. 473 on the AP, straight into the front of that SU-122. 2 tanks to his name. Bounced 840, dished out 1,635. And this just looks a really fun tank. Now, a lot of people don't like these super heavies. A lot of people don't like the mouse. I love it. I mean, you have to appreciate that these tanks are there to absorb the shots from the Reds. And as you've seen so far, I mean, Jonty's taken over 1,000 in damage, and he's blocked almost 1,000. That is what this tank is meant to do. He's also managed to dish out a lot of damage and take 2 kills. And don't forget, he's a tier 9 tank in this game, and there are quite a few tier 10s. But as a tier 9, it seems to not be fazed by any of these tier 10s, and they are difficult opposition. And oh, poor 62A gets a very bloody nose from coming around the corner a bit too quickly. Wild shot from the 62. He's also got the FV 215B trying to push on him, and that's a really difficult tank. Sticking his nose out just a little bit too much allows Jonty to get an almost 400 roll. Jonty's team, however, they've got the cap points, but they're struggling. It's 2 against 3. The T62A is trying to get up round this Mauschen, but it's no good, guys. So Jonty tracks him, gets a good roll, and leaves him down to 200 hit points, allowing him to just ram him into the dead carcass of the other tank. I mean, this tank has got the ability to do that, just as the mouse has the ability to do that at tier 10. So his buddy is gone. Simple as that. So it's now 1 against 2. The Waffle Tractor is down to next to nothing. He's not going to last much longer. Oh, great shot into the FV215B. A big 500 roll. That's exactly what Jonty really needed. Now he's capping the B. They're down on hit points. What can he do, the Waffle Tractor? Oh, no! Wild shot into the side of the carriages, or the train, or whatever you want to call them, of the train. The Waffle Tractor, bless him, he's still trying to get shots into Jonty, and he sticks his nose out a bit too far, gives Jonty the opportunity to take him out. So, it's the FV215B, a very tough tank against the Malshan. And you'd have to favour Jonty here. Well, we do favour Jonty because it's no surprise he gets an ace. So you have to favour Jonty because he's got 700 hit points. The FV is down to 691. He's trying to cap out on C. He's trying to get it up there. He gets a wild HE roll, tracks Jonty. Jonty rolls down, sticks his nose, and he gets a great 400 roll. The FV gets another great shot into Jonty, tracks him again, reduces his hit points. It's now 276 versus 485. The FV is going to use his speed to get away from Jonty. Jonty, however, is now going to go down in cap. Yep, he's going to cap out here. He's trying to force the FV around. The FV, we can see, is coming around. Jonty's angling back to him, and great game. 5 kills. Wow. You know, and this is why I think this tank looks amazing. Okay, I know I haven't got the hands of Jonty. Well-deserved mastery. 4,617 damage. About to shed load of shots. Took out 5 tanks. I mean, what a spectacular game. And I'd like to thank Jonty 24 team of EMRS for sharing that with us, because it's great. Next up, a really good friend of mine, Raid Snitzel of Raid. Yep, that's the one. The Twister Cup Winners 2018. Now, Snitzel is going out in the Foch, the Tier 9 French TV, which, again, is another tank I don't have because I'm still grinding this line. And again, when I see players like Raid Snitzel play this tank, I am really envious. And I can't wait to get my paws on it. I really can't. I mean, look at that. That is a fantastic shot into the E100 as he's trying to back away. Now, Raid Snitzel is a fantastic player. In fact, all the players are fantastic players in the replays. Don't get me wrong. But Raid Snitzel's awareness in his gameplay is pretty spectacular. So he knows there's an E100, he knows there's an AMX, yet he still goes down, he caps C. And now watch this. His situational awareness of the teams is spectacular. He knows there's a T57 there. He's flanking a T57 in a TD. Allows him to put HE into the back of the T57, who's brawling with the chieftain. And he's dishing out massive damage here, guys. You know, don't forget, he's on HE, switches to AP, dispatches him. 2,000 damage, gets a cap and a kill, helps the chieftain mark 6 out at the same time. And he hasn't stopped there. Now he's going to go back and take, basically, face off against the E100 and the AMX 50B. 2 difficult tanks at tier 10, I must add. But this move is pretty spectacular. So he knows the E100's there, so he puts himself in a position where the E100 can't have shots. And now the AMX is in a world of pain. He is clearly on his long reload. This allows Raid Snitzel to rain fire on him with impunity, and also in the knowledge that the E100 can't get shots into him because the E100 is... he just can't get shots in because of the buildings. That is a great move, and it is a move by a player who really knows the maps. So he totally took out the E100's ability to put anything into him, and he finally manages to dispatch the E100. It's 4 against 3. There's an E50, there's a Batchat, and there's a Leo still out there. Raid Snitzel's team still got the chieftain. Their E50 is now gone. There's still himself in the Foch, and there's the T11. So here he goes, rolling round to the E50. Now, the E50 is a formidable tank. Okay, this is the Tier 9 version, but it's a formidable tank. And look at the bounces that Raid Snitzel's getting here, allowing the chieftain to come in and take him out. Again, an amazing move when you think about it, guys. He knows how to utilize the armor on this thing. And he also pushed himself right in front of that E50, effectively preventing the E50 from doing any major damage. Where a minute ago, they looked like they were in trouble. Now, it's 1 against 3. The Leo PTA is just left, bless him. he's had a reasonable game, I think. And he's all on his own, and Rage Schnitzel manages to track him. Watch this. He's just going to go up and knock him on the nose for a shed load of damage. And again, because of this armor profile, he's eliminated the PTA's ability to put shots into him, allowing the chieftain that he saved earlier to come round and take him out. That is great gameplay. Just shy of 6,000 damage. A well-deserved mastery. Absolutely well-deserved. 5,700 damage. Carries the team completely. But the gameplay and the way he handles the tank is absolutely spectacular, guys. And if anybody takes anything away, watch how these guys play these tanks. Anyway, I'd like to thank Rage Schnitzel of Raid for sharing that replay with us. I'm sure you'll agree it was spectacular. Next up, my really good friend, Harrier77 of NX6, rolling out in the T30, the American Tier 9 TD. That Harrier77 has a special place in his heart for. Now, Harrier77 is a regular contributor to my channel, as you all know. He sends in loads of replays, and he assists in a lot of the gameplay reviews that I do. And I remember Harrier77 saying to me that he doesn't like the T95, he much prefers the T30. And I know he has a soft spot in his heart for this tank. And anybody who rolls out in this tank, I think also has a soft spot, because this is a fantastic Tier 9 TD. In fact, I think this is most likely the best American TD in the game. Some can argue that, you know, a couple of the Tier 10 TDs are pretty good, but boy, this tank is pretty special. So, this is a Tier 9, Tier 10 game. He's got the VK45 here. That is a formidable opponent, and he dispatches it in a short amount of time. He's dished out 1,130 odd damage already. Okay, somebody's put a massive shot into him. I don't know if it was the Jag Tiger or the Waffle Tractor, but if it was the Waffle Tractor, then he's just going to pay for that mistake, because Harrier77 has just taken him out completely. Now it's 1,743 damage. This is looking good. 2 kills. 2 difficult tanks dispatched. T62A, let's take 600 into you. Knock our damage up to 2,300. Wow, this is a good roll. T62A is now down to literally nothing. What's Harrier going to do? Oh, somebody takes the kill before Harrier can get there, but not to worry. There's an E75 just hanging around. 590. He got an engine fire, but obviously he had the automatic extinguisher. Now, it's interesting to note here that the red team doesn't seem to be pushing. They're very stationary. The E75 was literally waiting for Harrier to stick his nose around the corner, and just for good measure, Harrier gets the second engine fire, and this time he doesn't have his automatic extinguisher, so he gets 851 damage. That is a massive roll. And the E75 is in a world of pain. He's going back to the garage. Harrier's down to 10 hit points. The E75 must be wondering how on earth he managed to stay in a Harrier says die, because he's been trying to kill him for ages. Jag Tiger over there, doesn't take too long for Harrier to wipe him out. Now, a lot of people would think Harrier was very lucky there to get away with being left with 10 hit points. I suppose there was, but you have to look at the roll. You know, the E75 did get quite a good roll onto him. Harrier's teammate, his platoon mate over there, is having a bit of a good fun with the IS-4. He's also in an E75. So IS-4 dispatched in next to no time. 4,500 odd damage. No bounces. 4 kills. Tier 10 game. Some really difficult tanks there. Well-deserved mastery. And a shed load of ribbons. And as you see here, you know, he did really well there. And the Grilly also had a fantastic game. That is a beautiful game, and how you should play the T30, and completely vindicates why Harrier77 prefers that to the T95. So big thanks to my good friend Harrier77 for sharing that replay with us. I'm sure we all enjoyed watching that mastery. Last but by no means least is another good friend of mine. This is Vorso, who's provided quite a few replays to my channel. He's from the North American server, and boy, is Vorso a good player. So here he is in the Foch Destroyer, the French Tier 10 TD. and as you saw there, he's on the North American server. So he's gone to the TD position on this map. This is obviously dead rail, and he's got company with the Object 263. And, you know, at the moment, all you can see is the E50M. Not a problem. Vorso's just going to hang around here for the moment. Maybe the mediums on his team, which is mainly the E50 and the Object 140, will spot them up for him. Yep, and there they all are. So Vorso's decided it's no point me just sitting here. I can't get shots into them, which is a wise move. And a lot of players don't do this. A lot of players will just continue to sit there until the targets present themselves. Whereas Vorso knows it's better to relocate. He's not going to be spotted doing this. It's better to relocate, get yourself in a better position so you can help your team. And, you know, this is why a lot of players shout camping, because people do camp and they can't get shots in, yet they do nothing. So here he is, much better position. Now he's got shots onto everything. And first off the bat, he gets a nice 600 high roll into one of the red team. And he's now got the AMX-50B lined up. Oh, can he get one into him? Yes, he can. Another 600 high roll. 2 shots, 1,240 damage. Still not spotted. And this is what you should be looking to do in TDs, guys. Vorso knew he had no shots from the other angle, so he's just relocated. And now, nobody knows where he is, and he's got amazing field of fire onto the red team. He wants that AMX-50. He wants the T-30 as well. I mean, oh, there's the tortoise. Can he get anything into the tort? He's not going to try it. It's a difficult shot, but he can get the T-30 maybe. And he gives it a really good go. I don't know where the shot went, but we're going to change angles yet again. Maybe get a better shot. The AMX-50 is gone, courtesy of the T-30 on Vorso's team. Yep, Vorso knows the ST1 and the T-30 on the red team are going to present themselves eventually, and there he goes. He's got a good angle now, and he takes out the T-30 with a 400-odd roll. 1,700 damage now. Still not spotted. He's still not happy with his field of fire, so now he's just going to move up. It's 4 against 5. He's in a good position. He's kept all his hit points, and now he can have a look at the ST1. Can he get a good roll into him? Yes, he can. Leaves him on a one-shot capacity for the Object 140, if the Object 140 can get round there quick enough. No, he can't. So Vorso is going to completely ignore the ST1 and focus on the E100. He's aiming for these side plates, and he gets a great 500 into the E100. It looked like the tortoise there managed to smack Vorso in the side, took him out for quite a bit of damage. Vorso, however, is on a shorter reload than the E100 and quickly dispatches the E100. Now we've just got the T-54 and the tortoise left. The ST1 was eventually taken out by the Object 140. There's the T-54 and the tortoise. Gets a nice roll into the 54, and in return, 2 really crucial bounces. I mean, these French TDs are really strong frontally. And Vorso knows this. He manages to get a really good shot into the tortoise, who makes an error by presenting his side. Gets tracked by the tortoise, not a big problem. The T-54 has just taken out the Object 140. The E-75 is AFK, so it's effectively Vorso against 2 tanks. The 54 is making a break and then makes a monumental error of staying in the open. This allows Vorso to bounce off that front, put a shot down there, ram him for over 300, retreat back. The T-54 is now in a world of pain. He gets an 80 roll, which is nothing, and allows Vorso to just take him out. Now it's just the tortoise. Vorso knows where the tortoise is coming, so he's going to park himself halfway up this hill. And look at that. Okay, good roll by the tortoise, 400. Now allows Vorso to angle his front straight back to the tortoise, but now he knows the tortoise is slow. He hasn't got the gun elevation. Allows Vorso to toy with him. Look at this. He's presenting his side as if to say to the tortoise, come and get me. The tortoise eventually does come, allowing Vorso to utilize the better speed that he has to pull away. He knows the tortoise is going to struggle to get him from there. And watch this. He's just run away completely. Now, how many players do you know would do this? And this is the difference in an average player and a unicum, guys. This is why they are unicums, because their style of gameplay is completely different to an average player. An average player would have tried to brawl with the tortoise, whereas Vorso is moved away. The tortoise doesn't know where he is. He's not spotted. He gets a great roll into the front. Now he's spotted. The tortoise really can't get anything into him there. If he does, it's going to bounce. The tortoise is wondering what he should be doing. He's trying to get away. A blind shot into that cupola. He's gone. What a game. 4 kills. He was never really that stationary. Over 7,000 damage. A well-deserved mastery. Totally carried the team, especially when you consider that 2 of the team scored 0. Guys, I just can't overemphasize enough how spectacular this gameplay is. And I'm now going to leave you with Rage Schnitzel's move on the AMX50B, where he completely takes the E100 out of the equation. And I just think it's a beautiful move. I'm also going to leave you with Vorso's move with the tortoise. And as you can see, this goes to show the ability of Unicum players, guys. Their awareness of the game is just outstanding. Guys, I'd like to thank everybody who has supplied their replays for part 2 of this week. So big shouts go out to Jonty2014 of EMRS, Rage Schnitzel of Raid, Harrier77 of NH6, and Vorso, my good friend from the American server. Guys, without your replays, my channel would mean nothing, as I keep saying. Nobody wants to see me in my average gameplay. They want to see you guys, you really good players, doing and strutting your stuff on the battlefield and giving us some great tips along the way. So I hope everybody's enjoyed these replays. I know I certainly have. And don't get me wrong, guys. We all have the ability, realistically, to play the game like these truly great players, just with a little bit of understanding of the mechanics and a bit more time and effort. I think all the replays, both part 1 and part 2, are absolutely spectacular and special. They are well worth watching and not missing. So a big thanks to absolutely everybody. And hey guys, don't forget, if you've got some great replays, you want your replays played, or you want your aces shown, please send them to me at fujitsblitz@gmail.com. I will always play your replays, as I say all the time. It may not be the next day, but it will be within the week. Unless, of course, I use it for a game review, which takes slightly longer. Anyway, I'm sure everybody's enjoyed part 1 and part 2 of It's Raining Aces. Any of those who've sent me aces in and they've not been featured, I apologize. And I know there's a couple out there, Random S, for example. But your game will be featured in a different video, my friend. So don't worry. We will still get to see how awesome you are. And with that, I'm sure you'll agree with me. All the games this week in part 1 and part 2 were something special. And it absolutely delights me every time I get these replays to see how well the players out there play this game. It just blows me away, guys. And again, a big thank you to everybody who supports my channel. Last thing, as I said, I'm up to 100 subscribers now, so I may not be setting the world on fire, but I've reached my first milestone, and it's my early Christmas present, so I'm pretty chuffed about that. However, it's all because of you, so big thank you to every single one of my subscribers. I wouldn't be at 100 without you guys. Now my next task is 150. And with that, stay safe out there. Have fun on the battlefield, and happy tanking, because that's what it's all about. Fun and happiness. Hey, I've been Fuji, and you've been great. I really hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it, and I'd love if you would press subscribe. Who knows, we can do some more. By all means, drop me comments, tell me what can be improved, and tell me what you'd like to see. I'd really love to know. Anyway, until the next time, guys, happy tanking.